Hello.
Hello. Sweet angle. Thank you. Hello. A notification told me to come say hi. I'm glad you did. Angry, thank you so much for a year of being here. Holy. Tim, welcome. Everyone say hi to Tim. Clammy, Scooped, Coda, how you doing? Glob, Notice T, Bunny, what's up? Manic, Jishy. What's up, everyone? Azzy. What's up, everybody? Omnitype, howdy, 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 howdy. Oh, Mr. Omnitype. I gotta say, I've been really liking Redacted lately. It's been like my go-to set for things. I don't know why, I like it that much. I need to get my hands on Symbiote. That set looks pretty nice too. Latham, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Hi Alex, hope you are doing okay.
I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't read howdy 5 times, but Omnitype, I read it for you. Also, if you guys haven't checked out Omnitype, one of our sponsors here, I think Omnitype was technically my very first sponsor ever. I've known Garrett for quite a while now, so please convince Omnitype to do WOB Redacted. Oh, I mean, we could ask him right now. What do you think of Whiteout set? Inverse
Hello,
Redacted.
sir.
It can be themed around using whiteout or something, or like a chalkboard kind of set. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that would be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That would be pretty nice. Thank you so much, Lane. Appreciate your tier 1. 16 months, bro. GMK whiteout? Something like that. Hey, you should do a set called GMK Snowstorm and just make it all white blanks. And if someone asks, just say it's a snowstorm. Yeah, that's all I got. Black, thank you so much for the tier 1. Appreciate the 2 months, dude. Double shot with the same color? Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. GMK Blizzard. Thank you, Black. Appreciate you, man. WS2 on WS1. Thoughts on GMK Tiramisu? I like the set. I really do it. I think it looks really good. I was going to pick that up, but I think that my next GMK set that I'm going to probably buy is most likely going to be olive, because I've been looking for something in that color. But yeah, I think tiramisu is quite nice. No, there are legends. I swear it. There are legends, guys. I swear. I'm in love with the F18XV2. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. There's a lot of nice keyboards out right now. Like there is, but there isn't. I feel like keyboards have definitely slowed down. Actually, I don't know if you guys saw, I did a top 5 keyboard that I would pick up type thing in 2024. I did like a written article about it. I went and made sure that I could at least recommend some in-stock stuff. That way there, if someone ever asks me, what do you recommend to buy? I now have a list of things I'd recommend that I personally use on a daily basis. So yeah, I finally did something like that. And the next thing I'm gonna do is switches. That way there, if someone asks me here, I'm just gonna be able to recommend them to go to someone. So, or to go to a web page. Hi Alex, what's up? Asmodeus1312_. Angel, my friend, how are you? I'm so tempted to buy GMK Frostwitch round 2 to match it with my Gios Revival. I mean, if you have the funds to do so, and you wanna, you know what I need to do, by the way? I need to build I can do it. I'm gonna do this during our subathon, by the way. I'm gonna be building a second Bower Light for myself with the exact same config I did for the previous one that I did with Obscuras, because I like that board so much that I've been using it for my gaming setup, but I also want to use it here, and like I'm high-key just kind of lazy to constantly bring boards back and forth. So I have the parts for a second one. I'm just going to do a second one. I don't know what color I'll do the second one. Maybe I'll do that all white version. But yeah, probably just going to do that during the subathon. I am going to be moving the subathon 2 days, by the way, just because I had something come up on that day. So it'll be 2 days after. So it won't be the 15th anymore. I think I'm going to do it like 17th or something. Alex, do you have any plans to review the F18XV2? Probably not. Gion doesn't need our reviews for that. It'd be really cool. I can reach out to Gion, but I mean, I think that's just going to sell itself. assuming there's no, you know, glaring flaws or issues. Yeah, it'll probably just sell itself. I don't think Gion needs us to take a look at that. We'll see though. Who knows? Actually, what's the general thoughts on Angry Meow doing a redacted themed product with charging blocks? Which one's this? Dirty? Can you link it? Glare cause Gion, get it? What's up, Dochudo? How you doing? Check my messages. Look, my text messages? Hold on. Oh my goodness. That picture's awesome for 2 reasons. Dude, wait, that's a sick color, dude. Have you shown anyone that? That is so awesome. I took another big walk today during my lunch break. That has been nice. Wait. I don't know how I feel about this, Dirty. Like, it's a cool, like, the theme, obviously, Garrett doesn't own the theme for it, but, like, it's just so oddly close with the red X and stuff like that. Like, they could have done any other... Does it say inspired by? Does it? It literally says it? Where? Oh. So are they doing like a full... Is it just the block over there? It does? I don't even see that. I'm sorry, guys. Where? Oh, right there. First thing under if I scroll down. Interesting. I hope they just don't do a keycap set for it, too. That'd be weird. But, I mean, whatever. It's just a charging block at the end of the day. How much is this? 29 USD for a charging block that looks cool. With a light. These are one of those products that I'm probably never going to pick up. I think I'm over this phase of stuff. Like, I'm over the phase of, like, big, like, sort of gaudy type of products and over design. Like, if it's one piece on, you know, something, it looks cool. But I think if there's just too much stuff, it just looks tacky. And stuff like that, like, what else are you going to theme it with, you know? Donowald? Gio, it's not Donowald. I want to love on you so hard that I charge you up. What's up, Dogio? Kron, compliment. Hey, Kron, I gotta tell you, man. I know we spoke today a little bit, but I want to tell you, love you, dude. Hope everything is going super well. Appreciate you, and just keep doing you, man. Love you, dude. You're a fantastic artist as well, dude. Is Aprise here? I didn't even see Aprise's name. But yeah, pretty much. The silly part, that's a decent price for a 35 watt fast charger. Yeah, I suppose. I just think it's kind of tacky looking. There's some stuff by Angry Meow that I think looks super cool. But then, like, I really thought that, there's Aprise. How you doing, man? I think the, I don't know. That little touchscreen thing they did on the front of the HHKB style keyboard, that was kind of a cool looking keyboard. But like most of the stuff they do is, I'm in game, I come back. Sounds good, man. Good luck and have fun and win your game. All right. So what are we doing today? We are doing the Hiney TKL. I actually never built one. We're going to be using client's pick. Cherry brown switches, baby. They're unlubed, they're filmed, and they're spring swapped. This is the client's preference. I'm interested to see. They actually oddly feel really nice in hand. I'm not sure if these have been broken in, but very excited. I have no idea how this is going to sound, but very, very pumped up. Well done, cherry browns. That little, I know, doesn't Tim really like cherry brown switches? All right. Talk about a legendary name for a keyboard. Browns always sound dirty to me. Brown switches have like a little bit of muddiness, I feel, with the small bump, but I mean, I think they can sound really good. Brown on PC and PP tickle, what? Tickle my brain and molecules in a good way. Okay, okay. So I think we're going to be using some clip-ins for this. They did send me some TX stabs as well, but I'm vibing with this more. All right, what do we got in here? We have some screwdriver stuff. Actually, we don't really need. These are Wera screwdrivers? Damn, these are nice screwdrivers. All right, what else do we got here? I lubed, filmed, and spring swap mine, and they feel better than any heavy tactile. Yeah, it's all preference. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I asked. I didn't even know there was 2 PCBs in here. Which color does the client want me to use? I don't know if they're in chat right now, but I will DM them. There's 2 color PCBs. Great way to end a Friday. Dude, I thought yesterday was Friday. So I kind of convinced myself that I would have the day off today. But I got to admit, man, I was pumped up to do work today. I woke up in a good mood. I think today's been the most productive day I've had in such a long time. The weather was nice. I went outside with a light jacket on and a t-shirt. Whew, I felt good, dude. But I did a lot of work today. I finished an article. I did product photography. I answered, I would say, pretty much every single email. Oh, you know that mechanical keyboard design competition? I did all the judge panel stuff for that, so at least I'm done. I don't know if everyone else, I think everyone else is done. I think I was the last person. But I did that today. I did so much today, dude. I feel like honed in on everything today, so. I did the same, opened up a Zoom call yesterday with Happy Friday and died inside 5 seconds afterwards. Dude, you wanna hear something awkward I did today? Okay, I walked into an antique store. Remember I told you I took a little walk? Well, I saw an antique store and I was like, I wonder if they have vintage camera stuff. Just for funsies to go look at. I walk in, bro. And I'm looking around and the shop owner, sweet person by the way, they're just like, hey, how you doing? Or they said, sorry, they said, hey. And I was like, hi, and I was about to say, how are you? But I didn't get a chance. I was like, hi. And she goes, I'm doing good. How about you? And then I got confused in my brain. So I was like, I'm doing good. And you? And then we both looked at each other because she just told me. And then I got confused too. Because I didn't, in my head, I didn't ask yet. So I needed to get it. I need to ask that. And then we looked at each other and then I was like, you know what, actually, do you just have vintage camera stuff? And then that's when it ended. But it was like a good 20 seconds of awkwardness. Oh, this looks sick. Ooh. Oh, baby. Damn. Yeah, that's what the client's using. We're using some dark keycaps for this. Oh, baby, this looks good. Nixie, thank you so much for the Prime. I'm just gonna message the client and see which one they want. Where is their name here? Which color PCB do you want? Also, I don't know if Apriz is still here or not, if he muted me, but I think he said he remembers every corner of my apartment. So if you guys don't know, Apriz and I had lunch together a while ago. Actually, I don't even know when it was. It was like a long while ago. And then I had to fix one of his, did I fix it or did I build him one? I don't remember what I did. Anyways, he came over to my place and he said in chat, he's like, I remember seeing keyboards in every corner of your apartment. That's the truth, man. I don't know how much I have though. All right, let's do some stabilizers. Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Nixie, thank you again for using your Prime here. I really appreciate that. I don't know if we need all of these. I'm just gonna wait for the client to respond. I think they're gonna be responding soon. Uniki has a restock on macchiatos. Yeah, dude, that's pretty nice.
Has a restock of macchiatos.
Yeah, I am. Thank you, by the way, for the bit. I am very excited because that is awesome. Actually, let me see the layout really quick, just because I don't remember it off the top of my head. Macchiatos. Hydrate. Macchiatos just have the perfect balance of sound, and the pre-lubrication on any of the HMX switches are insane. Like I said, so far, including the batch we did the other day, everything's been really good with these. We're doing step caps, full backspace, full right. Oh, okay. It's wooden keyless, standard stuff here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then we're going to be doing the black PCB. Cool, cool, cool. So we're going to be using all of these stabs, pretty sure. All right, let's clip these first. What's your opinion on Palm versus PC? I guess PP as well. Finding it tough to hone in on what I like. I've tried Palm and Alu so far. This is for a top-mounted keyboard. I personally find PC to be the best kind of middle ground for me when it comes to all the plastic plates. Palm can be nice. However, I feel like Palm, in some cases, it just feels softer, like sound signature wise. And polypropylenes, it's kind of a mixed bag. Honestly, I don't think I have enough experience with polypropylene or PP plates. I don't have enough experience with PP plates. You guys can make the jokes. It's fine. I know someone's going to say experience with PP, Monka S. I don't think I do, though, because I think I've only used them a handful of times. And I don't think I've ever been like super sold on a PP plate yet. I don't know most of my boards using CF and Palm plate. Experience with PP, a handful of. Experience with PP. There it is. All right, let me clip these. Actually, what am I doing with this in mind? Got distracted. I want tempered glass plates. Huh? I don't know. Would that even work? Ceramic PCBs? Interesting.
Hi,
Captain May.
Hope your Friday is going well.
I am doing fantastic today. I had a really eventful / I got a lot done type of day. However, I think I am a little burnt out of looking at a computer screen tonight. So my other plan of playing some video games, I think I'm just going to put that on hold till tomorrow. We'll see, though, how I feel. You know when you stare at the computer screen too long? How are you doing, by the way, Captain May? Solid beginner-friendly tactiles? Shit. Do you mean something with, like, a medium bump? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Tactiles are not my strong suit. I'm gonna say Holy Pandas. What are your games of choice these days? I've been playing Last Epic. Well, I played it one time. But we've been playing Total War. We're still kind of playing Pal World on and off. Although, there are bits and pieces of Pal World that feel really bad. So for example, the reason I say that is like, the AI of the pals in the cities, or I guess the town or whatever, it's so bad. Half the times they're just like, they're starving,
Carbon
they've
fiber
gotten
plate
lost,
or brass plate?
they get stuck
What
in
you
a mountain.
prefer?
If I had to pick between those, carbon fiber. I very rarely pick brass plates. Thank you so much for the bits, though. Yeah, and then the other thing about Pal World 2, we've already explored and we've got to all the bosses, and I guess I don't have it in me to like level up because we're not playing on like a 2x experience server. I don't have it in me to like level up right now just to fight them, but I think I will just to you know, complete the game in my head. But the maps in some areas feel extremely empty. Like there's nothing going on in certain areas. Where's my brush and my lube? You think I need to relube film HMX Macchiatos? Dude, you should be fine using those things stock, bro. Those things are excellent switches. I think PALs have more artificial stupidity than artificial intelligence. Yeah, and then like for example, I found a shiny PAL of a PAL that I really like, and oh my god, dude, this sounds dumb. He's just too big. He gets like stuck in things, and then like I was trying to fight some pals in like a little bit of a foresty area, and he would literally spawn and then just like stay there because his character model is too big. And I just can't use that pal, unfortunately. Huh? Rufus, don't make it sussy, bro. Oh my god. Otherwise, the game was fun. Like, I think I put in a bunch of hours into it. But then, that's really it. What are you guys playing? I kind of do want to get into one with regular clip-ins. Oh yeah. Mudo, you know what? This is an aluminum plate, and see how the stabilizers, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using these ones or not, but I don't want to chance it. I just have too many like flashbacks of TX stabs not working well for me, and you know what? I'm better at modding these than I am the TX ones, so Helldiver seems really fun. I kind of do want to get back into, I guess, Apex, but I also don't. Tekken 8 and Grand Blue Fantasy? Dude, tell me this. I'm going to expose some... Well, okay, I'm not going to say them by name, but I logged onto my Steam like 2 days ago. Bro, hear me out. I understand that recently there was a update to a game where they included a character called 2B. Not sure if you guys were aware. And I saw the videos. I saw like the clips and stuff. Tell me how like 90% of my friends list was playing that game. I've never even seen my friends play that game. And they all were playing it. And I just knew right away, I'm like, come on, bro. That's so bait, bro. Like, I know why you suddenly took interest into this game. There's an update to a small community on the internet. What, Tim? 2B is a thirst trap? Yeah. You know what game I picked up on sale? I got it for like $5, or actually like $10. I picked up my god, what is it called now? Why can't I think of this? Death Stranding. But I don't know, I haven't booted it up yet. I think that's going to be next on my list. You know, I've never played Nier Automata. My friend back in the day, his name is Mark. Mark tried to really convince me to play it. I think Mark did. I can't remember if he did. I'm pretty positive it was Mark. And then he just never did. I heard it's really good though. But I've been really into the Total War genre right now. I heard Death Stranding is a big investment. Any thoughts on QK stabs? I have absolutely no quarrels with them. I think they're great. I heard a lot of the games walking. I did. She was released in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Yeah, that's the game. It was pretty funny though. I called a few people out. I'm like, huh, did you just buy this today? And they just put LOL as capital responses. Like, what's Total War? Okay, so I did dude, it took us like a week and a half to finish this. I did a match on Total War Warhammer, the very first one. And then me and the same person, we're now playing Total War Warhammer 2.
I just wanted to say I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, man.
You've inspired me to pick up keyboards this year as a new hobby.
Thank you,
Love
dude.
what you bring to the table, super chill and entertaining. Always
Dude,
a good time.
Ardang, thank you so much. I try my best to bring some good vibes to the table. I know the hobby's sort of slowing down. I can feel it. I can see more and more people just kind of getting fed up with the hobby and leaving. But I'm glad people are still sticking around streams and, you know, not getting hyper invested in like the latest hype for things and just enjoying the people of the community. I think, truth be told, I think a lot of people forget that community is also part of the hobby. And it might not be for them. Maybe they don't care to socialize, but I care about it. I'm actually just getting into it, and I'm excited for it. Hell yeah, Savage. What kind of interested you in the hobby? TB8 TKL. No, but dude, I can't say anything right now. I will be looking at some. I mean, there's one keyboard. I'm not going to tell you the name of it because I can't. It looks insane. I will be. The thing I can tell you though is the Cycle 8. I will be taking a look at soon-ish. I think that's next month. There is some interesting keyboards on the horizon, though. Just they're a little farther out. But yeah. I can't say, guys. I can't say what it is. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. I'm going to leave it be a mystery. I love typing, and the ear porn of a good keyboard is so satisfying. Damn. Yeah, the ASMR aspect of the keyboard hobby is absolutely fantastic. It is still what gets me going. I love all the different sound profiles, all the subtle differences and the little nuances of each keyboard. It's weird because I go through different phases personally of like what I like and, you know, what kind of interests me. I'll go through like a visuals phase, then I'll go through like a sound phase. Right now I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of like what looks good and sounds good. And I picked up this keyboard today from my collection and I was like, my God, man, like I'm looking at these bezels and I'm like, whew, like I am obsessed with how, you know, this looks and it sounds really good too. So plus I was obsessed with Legos as a kid. Yes, this is literally adult Legos and it has functionality more so than the Legos do. I forget how much I love your stream. I was on break because of school. I'm going back into the hobby and I started my little website again. What are you writing about? You know, if there's one thing I highly recommend everyone do, it's not start a website, but start writing. Being creative in any sort of facet is really important, I feel. I feel like it really just keeps you on your toes. It makes you feel better. You could make a rover that wanders your house and gets snacks for you. Wait, can we make that? With Lego? Become the Redditor. Become the Redditor? I don't wish that upon anybody. Reddit, the keyboard Reddit anyways, I've said this many times and, you know, I know a few people have shitted on me for expressing my opinion, but I just think it's just, there's a lot of like quick to complain and a lot of misinformation and a lot of just like negative attitudes and elitism that still exist on Reddit. It's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. I think it's more like building Gundam models than Legos. I mean, I did a few Gundams when I was a kid. Those guys don't have opinions worth salt. I mean, they can have whatever opinion. I just think it's have your opinion, because this has been an ongoing thing with I feel like every year I talk about this, at least like for a month or two. You can have an opinion, but no one needs to be a dick. Like, for example, it's like when people discredit my reviews because I'm not being critical enough. But when I say, hey, this thing doesn't work, which is, like, for example, I'll say something critical. They're not looking for, like, the criticalness is there. They're looking for the anger or the emotion that comes with something. They want me to be angry. And if I'm more angry, it makes it more truthful. I can't just be like, yo, this thing doesn't work. I'd love for them to fix this. That's why we're doing this prototype. They want to be like, this is shit. I would never buy this. Buy this thing instead that's really hyped up. Like, they want that attitude, but I'm never going to do that because it's just not who I am. Kids, thank you so much for the Prime. Appreciate you.
Less than 3, less than 3, less than 3.
Less than 3, all the way. I feel like getting into a hobby more recently has been perfect. Got a couple good boards now just to enjoy them as they come in while looking for boards that are really cool. Yeah, dude, that's kind of... I still vibe with the same thing with that hobby. Like, literally. I'm on that same wavelength I have been when I started. Kush, thank you so much for the... Wait, I thought that was a hydrate, but it's a compliment. Thank you so much for being you, all right? Appreciate you, Kush. And you know what? You're looking mighty great today, all right? Keep on doing you, and you bring smiles to my days. There's a hydrate. I needed that. Oh, dude, I really despise the this was posted so often or use the search function. I have my own reasons why I hate it, but I will never, like, unless someone is being super annoying about something and just refuses to, like, okay, I think the exception for me is if someone refuses to accept someone's answer and just keeps on asking and asking because they need to get like validation from it, yes, that becomes a problem. But if someone comes into a community and asks a question, even if it's the most basic fucking thing ever, I truly feel that it's not always about the stupid fucking question. It can be about just the sense of wanting to communicate with another fucking human being. Like, that's it. But it feels like everyone wants everything to be so robotic and, you know, there needs to be no communication because I wrote an FAQ and just go look at the FAQ. Don't talk to me. It's really weird. I used to be on that attitude though when I was younger. I used to be on like the just read the forums. Just do this. And then I realized how like it's just bad attitude, bro. Just bad attitude. That's exactly it. I just want to talk to some peers about it. Yeah, exactly. Plus, it's just fun to communicate with people. And if you don't want to talk to that person, then don't talk. Pen check. Today I'm using this pen. This is from Cortex brand. I don't know if this is like they've rebranded a pen or nothing, but I really like this pen. Although I think I've been using that one there a lot lately. I have one more, so I think I need to replace it. I think the ink is starting to get a little low. Yeah, there's also that too, Savage. I agree with you. So you could be new to a platform and just don't understand how it all works, or I don't know. There's so many reasons, I feel. Is it because you like clickies now? I don't mind clickies in general. Clickies get a bad rap, man. They really do. I'm still... like, not upset. I'm still disappointed in all the responses that one person who posted all of their NK 65/87 collection. Just like, it felt so ignorant and so hypocritical. Yeah, the but why though? Over and over again, but why? But why would you do this? Like, these are all mid. Why would you do this? It feels kind of cringe that some people would do that, but then someone will post, you know, a giant collage of all their expensive stuff, and suddenly it's like, that's okay. But if someone wants to collect something that's not as expensive, it's mid. It's not good. It doesn't fit my narrative of what's good. It really makes me cringe. That's dedication? Yeah. I just use a loot filter to look past all those recycled comments. Is that an actual thing? Keyboard Reddit is wild. The keyboard sub will get mad if you don't buy the cheapest board possible with clones. Well, that's because, not to beat a dead horse. I've already talked about this once. There was this whole narrative a while ago that still exists, where it's... everyone's out to scam you. Everyone's out to make money off you, and making money isn't good, and just buy the cheapest thing, and the company who can race to the bottom is the winner overall. Like that seems to be the narrative that some people were pushing a while ago, and it's really stuck. What stabs and wires are those? You know, you might have to ask the owner, Mudo. He's in chat. I don't remember where the wires are from, but these are just cherry clip-ins from, well, I think they're cherry clip-ins from Canon Keys. I honestly don't know why people care what others want to spend their money on. It's their money. I've been seeing tons of hate on everything coffee related as well. Everything lately has been like this. Every hobby that I kind of dive into has been like this. Okay, you can go find this on my Reddit post. I posted a camera, actually this lens right here. I posted this lens in my camera in the Leica subreddit. And for the most part, everyone was like, oh, that's really cool, because, you know, it's just gear posting. It's kind of so we can all be like, look what I got type thing. And I posted it there, and then someone's like, I hate this. Why not just get this? This lens is boring. It's like, you know, why do you just do this instead? Do my thing instead. It's like, oh my God, dude. Like, this is not conducive to good conversation at all. Just do my thing instead. You know, like, why? Make a case for it, you know? Like, talk to me like a normal human being instead of just telling me what to do. Just spend your money the way I'm telling you to. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to be using the black PC for this one. Yes, I do, Mr. Kupo. Actually, I took some other pictures today. Very happy with some of the photos. I've been learning a lot. I have to admit, I've been doing this challenge. I was talking to Dane about this. I've been doing this challenge for myself, which is take a photo a day. And I feel like it's been going really, really good. I've been kind of like out of the loop with just... It feels weird to say this. I used to do a lot of street photography, like a lot. And I kind of lost interest in it for a little while. God, I hate these bags, by the way. I might actually cut this open. But I lost interest for a little bit. And I've kind of had to relearn everything lately. So, even in some editing, I'm trying to like still find my style. So it's been a big journey for me. By the way, thank you very, very much, Renwork. I really appreciate you, and thank you guys for the stream streaks as well. Really appreciate you guys. Why do I feel a need to tell me what to do? It's my hobby, my choice. It's bad conversation. Can I send you my card to build on stream? I would need to learn that. I think I would need to maybe take a second to learn it, but sure. Speaking of lenses, do you think upgrading to a Fuji X-T5 from an X-T20 is a good purchase? Do you need the extra megapixels? I know this sounds weird, but do you need them? If you do need them, because I think they can be helpful, then go for it. Other than that, not really. Like, unless you need the better AF, you know, autofocus and stuff like that, I don't think it's that much of like a big change. But I will say this that not a lot of people talk about. Okay. Even though I don't think it's truly, in my opinion, the biggest change in, like, you will get a better, you know, processor, you'll get a bigger, you know, megapixel count. You'll have probably more speed, it'll probably autofocus better, probably some ergonomic changes you'll like. Here's the thing, right? Overall, I am a big believer now. I never really was. Regardless of the cost, the make, the model, the year of it, if the gear makes you feel better about yourself, if it makes you feel better, it will most likely make you better at what you do. even if it's by a small degree. If you can justify the cost based off of that alone and being comfortable with your gear, then go for it. And this is for any hobby. Not a lot of people talk about that, I feel. And I've recently learned from someone else that I look up to, that whole idea of if gear makes you feel better, then you'll probably do better. And I agree with that. I really do. It's something that I just couldn't put my finger on before, and I was kind of also chasing like this value proposition for things. And I agree with it now.
God damn, dude.
Sacker, thank you so much for 10 tier 1s, man. Holy cow. I'm like struggling to put this stab in right now. There we go. Thank you, Sacker. So cute. Thank you, dude. It's a nice way to think about it. I just wholeheartedly believe so. I do think that if you get better gear that you're comfortable with, it doesn't even have to be better in terms of specs. If you just feel more comfortable buying something, you'll like, if you feel good about your gear, you'll feel good about taking pictures or doing whatever you do. Sacker, thank you again for 10 tier 1s, bro. God damn. Thank you, Sacker. How was your day, by the way? Is that the same for custom keyboards? Yes. Truly, I think so as well. I think the same thing applies for custom keyboards, yes. God damn, these stabs are not going anywhere. If the custom keyboard makes you feel better, even if it costs you... Let's just say you're like, man, people are going to judge me for spending $500 on this. If it makes you feel better, you're going to enjoy being at your desk more. You'll have a more productive day, hopefully. I feel the same way. This keyboard technically doesn't do anything different than a Dell keyboard. But I like the way it looks. It makes me feel better about my desk, and it makes me feel better about my day. It's 100% the case in sports equipment. Being confident in your gear means you're confident in what you're doing. Yes, exactly that as well. My gosh. There we go. That's exactly how I hypnotize myself. Now, with that being said, I do think also thinking about financial responsibility is huge, right? Just like what Alpha just said right now. I was leading up to talking about that as well. If you're being financially responsible as well, and you are saving up for the thing that you like, dude, you're in a good spot. You know what I mean? You're going to be in a great spot. But I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't go on too much of a tangent. But I hope that makes sense. Not everything can be quantified in specs alone. There is a little bit of feeling towards everything. And I think as you get older, you tend to realize that. Something makes you feel good, you're gonna go for the thing that makes you feel good. Again, I hope that makes sense. Let's unscrew the case. Actually, yeah, I need a plate, so. When I told my board cost me $600, everyone insulted me. Yeah, I get that a lot too. A lot of people still don't really vibe with the whole keyboard scene, so. Am I gonna get an F1 8X V2? Probably yes. Keyboards make me feel invincible. I love that for you. I agree with that analogy. Younger people buying sports cars and older people buying luxury cars. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, you want to be comfortable as well. What is my preferred home defense keyboard? I can't say that I have a preferred home defense keyboard, but I mean, like, if I had to pick one, I guess I have that Opus 1 keyboard still. That thing is heavy. So I would most likely pick that. The one from last stream? Actually, technically, yeah, that thing is going to be sitting here for a while too, so...
I will purchase two F18X V2, one green and one raw.
I think that's going to be insanely popular board. Is there no... Okay. We have to be very careful. I don't think this has threaded inserts, which is a bit of a shame. I think Mudo might have mentioned that to me, but I've not yet built one of these boards, so. Why is the red on that plate so nice? What the hell? It's going to be a very interesting build once we get this all done up. The green-brown one is nuts. I haven't looked at all the colors myself for it yet. I need to do that still. I literally said that fucking raw out loud for my own amusement, and the cat came over for attention. Is he telling me something? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Alright, let's just leave this here. Very pretty keyboard. Very pretty indeed. All right. I feel like I need to get back in my desk mat vibe again. I think I want to start using them again. I just haven't really taken the time to pick one out for my desk as of recent. All right, let's start putting in some of the switches here. Interesting USB-C plate, but it's pretty classic actually, I'd say. Hurts my wrist so much to not use them. Believe it or not, I actually prefer no desk pads these days. So please look at these desk pads in the keycap set. PBT fans mischief. Oh, I've seen this. Did someone in our Discord design this or something? This is kind of cool though, I gotta admit. I think I vibe with the all green base kit. I don't know if I like the green and white one, but I like that all green base kit. That's pretty nice. Holy crap, Barry is cold. Wait, what's the temperature there? Dude, it was like 10 degrees Celsius here today. I went outside and I literally just felt like not having a coat on. I was like, why am I wearing this right now? Also, you mentioned you had a Nixie in here, but I don't know where the Nixie is. Is it somewhere hiding in here? Oh, no, wait, that's not. Is this it? MX Black. That's what we're going to use for this. MX Black, baby. Oh, by the way, Mudo, I don't know if you responded to me earlier. I don't think I saw the response. Did you want me to min-max the spacebar for you? So you have more options with that? Totally up to you. I can solder. Sounds good. Did you narrow down which switches to use as your favorites? I'm overwhelmed by the choices. So, I'll give you the brief right now, like the short of it, because I will be writing a longer documented article about what I like with switches and why. That'll come next week. I'm going to try writing it Monday, actually. But right now, I think it can be... Not just off... I was thinking about this today, okay? I truly think right now, the switches that are my go-tos are going to be... I know you guys are going to just sigh at your desks. Sorry. Cherry Nixies. Gatoron Milky Yellows. KTT Roses. I'm still undecided whether I like cream sodas or obscuras more, but that's my long pole pick. And then I have to give it to one of the underdog switches right now, which is I still like my Cap V2s. HMX switches are great. I haven't used them long enough for them to fit in into my lineup. Well, Savage, I'm gonna speak on a little bit of some privilege here of myself. I'm very lucky that I get to build all these client keyboards, and I've got to try a lot of different switches. Forgot about T1s. Those are bottom 5.
Have you tried Vertex V1?
Yes, I have actually. Those are pretty good. So I have got to try a lot. Isn't there like a certain Razer switch that everyone goes absolutely bonkers for? Like, wasn't there kind of like a low-key good Razer switch that everyone really likes? The orange ones? Were they tactile? I think they were tactile, right? Yeah, I remember there was always like this sort of meme, but not really, of people really liking a particular Razer switch. It'd be interesting to explore some of that history again. I just don't remember much of it. Do you find a lot of your GMK spacebars are warped? No, actually, I've only ever had... well, technically one set was warped. And it wasn't warped to the point where I couldn't use it. It was just warped that would give me some problems if I didn't put it on properly. But I've never had, like, huge issues. Alex, do you know when it's time to say goodbye to a board? If you're clearing out the closet of keyboards, you know when it's time to... This is for anything. Any product that you have, any item that you have. I recently had to part way with a bunch of camera stuff. Well, not a bunch, like 2 or 3 things. I'm still trying to sell one thing of my camera stuff. Here's the rule of thumb. If it has a layer of dust on it, there's 3 rules, okay? Here's what I follow. Layer of dust, get it out of there, bro. You're probably not using it. Second rule, if it's been sitting in like a container or a crate, if you've forgotten you have it, if it's just not moving out of its spot, either it's a display item or you need to get rid of it. All right? The third thing, start putting everything that you don't use into a pile. And if you find yourself not wanting to remove it from that pile, or you have no use for it, like if it never leaves that bin, just get rid of it. I think those are the best times that you can say time to leave. If it holds some sort of sentimental value to you, then obviously that's more of a personal choice, but I think there is a very freeing aspect of just downsizing a collection of some sort, you know? But that's my rule of thumb. How am I supposed to hoard all this plastic? You get a bigger plastic bin to put all the plastic in. But I hope that helps. I don't know. I don't know if it did. So, it's always tough though. Saving the ocean, baby. Dude, I gotta say something today. Maybe I'm just very ignorant. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So they had Kool-Aid jammers on sale, and it was like $2. And I was like, dude, they have the flavor I like, which is the strawberry kiwi. Love that. I have not had these since I was a little kid. All right. Picked up these Kool-Aid jammers, which are a plastic pouch. Tell me how they fucking have a paper fucking straw on the front, bro. The whole thing is made out of plastic. But then they got a paper straw. Like they're... I don't even understand, dude. Just give me the plastic straw at that point. Maybe shave a little bit of the packaging off the top, you know? I don't know, man. It kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm just like, either you're all in or you're all out, you know? Don't meet me halfway in the middle or go 10% in, you know? Again, maybe I'm just ignorant or something, but makes no fucking sense to me. That's like my coffee shop downstairs serving iced coffees with a paper straw in a giant plastic cup. Yeah. I just don't get it personally. There's only been one brand that has had decent paper straws, and I'm not even sure they're paper at this point. Every other paper straw I have, actually, I usually avoid brands that serve paper straws. I'll just go for a cup that I can actually drink out of instead of sipping on something. Maybe because I just don't like straws at all, but everyday consumers are not the reason the earth is dying. I felt very weird. Why is this one here giving me... Oh, okay. The legs are a little bit warped on this one. I felt a little weird, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to complain about this and just be told I'm wrong, but... Bunch of turtle haters in here. Remember that meme that I love turtles? The sweet irony, your paper straws turning out to be worse than plastic. Yeah, I heard about that actually. I heard about that. Gotta drink with paper straws before it disintegrates. Yeah, they really make you scarf down those drinks, huh? They really do. Who is better, the I Like Turtles kid or the Chipotle is my life kid? Shit. Do we need to have like a meme ranking night? Dude, okay. I'll say something else. Obviously, I don't always remember. Because sometimes I'm just going out for a different reason. And I don't bring a reusable bag with me, you know what I'm saying? But then if I want a few things, if I'm just out and about, I now am forced to buy another reusable bag. If I want a few things. It's happened once or twice in the last like 2 or 3 years. So it hasn't been that, actually maybe 3 or 4 times. I'll try to be a little bit generous and honest here, but now we have a collection of reusable bags and I feel like we only use 3 of them ever, but I think we have about 11 or 12 of them. I feel like those are also a bit of a waste. I heard those aren't any better for the environment anyways either. Well, I don't really drive anywhere downtown, so I walk. Reusable is okay. Replacing paper with plastic is really bad. I don't think anyone really serves paper bags down here. I think there's like one brand who might serve you a paper bag. But I refuse to use the paper bags, not for any sort of environmental thing. Have you guys tried to carry heavy groceries in paper bags? I did one time while I was downtown here, okay? One time. Everything ripped out, and I was so ticked. And that was the last time I've ever used it. I just put my arm under it. Fortunately, I couldn't have done that. Reducing emissions is a stopgap. What do you mean by that, Dirty? I kind of like using paper bags. Okay, I'm gonna say something and hopefully no one gets upset at me. I like the plastic bags. You wanna know why I liked the plastic bags? Because I would buy the plastic bags or get the plastic bags. I would get home and then I would use those plastic bags as garbage bags. And now anyways, I'm having to go buy plastic garbage bags. So either way, I'm consuming the same amount of plastic fucking bags. I had to get that out of my system. Sorry, guys. Had to get it out of my system. I do the same. Boomer stand-up comedy hour presented by Alex. It's not Boomer, man. What do you mean? I use the bioplastic bags. I don't know what those are. Is that like better? Is it more expensive? I'll use them if it's better. Airplane food next. I've never actually, hey, you know what? Never had airplane food. Only airplane food I've ever had is those little pretzels they give me on the airplane. That's it. Is it good or bad? I have no idea. Stamps? I don't know about stamps. I just print out labels and stuff. I don't think I've ever had to use a stamp in my entire adult life. You're not missing out. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, is it bad? Absolute garbage? I would assume so. I mean, it's plain food. They're probably warming something. It's not like they're cooking the meal fresh for you, are they? I don't think I've seen a kitchen on one of the planes. It is technically calories. I mean, you're not wrong. It is technically calories. Horribly bland. Ricky, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. Super Me Gusta, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 39 months as well. I appreciate you. Walmart plastic bags have went down in quality so much recently. The best ones right now are from Maynard's. We do not have them here in Toronto anymore. I don't even remember the last time I came home with a plastic bag for anything.
TKL1 Punk.
Everything here, like maybe if you go to like, I don't know, a local little small store, but any big thing, they've all banned the plastic bags. It's all reusable now. Some places will offer you, I think like Farm Boy. Love Farm Boy, by the way. I think they'll offer you paper bags, but yeah, they're pretty much outlawed here in Canada. If you have one, I've heard you get some jail time. I've heard that that's the most deplorable offense you can do in Canada. More so than an actual crime. It's crazy. So are plastic straws. Believe it or not, Gio, I still see a lot of places with plastic straws. I see a lot of places. Everything on a plane is overcooked because an entire plane with food poisoning is an actual nightmare. I can imagine. I can imagine that being a nightmare. All right, let's solder, baby. Let's grab this first. Oh shit, it's all tangled up. One sec, guys. How did this happen? I don't really use, like, you know, I kind of opt for the canned sodas, and I'll just recycle the can and then drink it from the can. I can't be the only one who thinks like this. I actually prefer the canned soda than the fountain drink. I've actually, dude, boba, I am like, I'm kind of over it right now. I've noticed myself lose a few pounds because I have hard stopped on boba. And I was doing 0% sugar and everything. And I was only drinking like one boba once a blue moon. But like it would add, I think, it's a lot of calories, I think. So I think that on top of my normal food was just causing me to gain weight. Because it just kind of, I've heard tapioca sits there in your stomach as well. So, oh wait, this needs to heat up. Hold on. Let's just heat up first. So I've pretty much stopped and I feel a lot better. The pearls are really bad as far as empty calories. I tried switching to just doing like the coconut jelly or whatever it is. That tasted good too. I don't know if that was any better for me, but at this point here, I'm kind of over it. You know what I'll have for a drink? I'll just go get myself a Diet Coke or something if I really feel like something sweet and something like that. Alrighty. We are good. We're all warmed up. Let's solder, baby. I had a really bad experience with kombucha once. Kombucha, whatever. And it's kind of embarrassing. Y'all make me regret my life choices. I'm going to work out. You know what, man? Have a good workout, Gio. We love you, dude. Do you want to see a picture of kombucha starter? Yes. Okay, new question. Why are we soldering? We are soldering because we want the pins. So just show you. We want these pins to make contact. I don't know if you guys can really even see the pins. These pins, right there, the long pins poking out to make contact with the metal surrounding it. So the pads. And that will create contact for the switch. And then when you actuate the switch, it sends a signal to the PCB. And it can only be done if it's contacting the pads. Oh no, this is not a hot swap board. No. This is a solderable one. Making your own kombucha is scary. Wait, why is it scary? Wait, why does this look so gross? I don't think I want kombucha anymore. Okay, I'm gonna close out of this. I don't know if I want that anymore. Alright, I'm gonna go back to stream here. Okay, so I'll tell you guys the story of one of the first times I had kombucha. So, the first time I ever had it, it was given to me and it was really tasty. I liked it. I thought it was really good. So I went to the store and I bought another bottle for myself. On the bottle, dude, it said, okay, on the bottle, it said, shake well, all right? So I fucking shook well. I'm not going to be that guy who lets everything, it said like maybe sediment, shake well. I shook real well. I didn't think twice about it being carbonated, dude.
You can transform a solderable PCB into a hot swap with
can,
Milmax
yes.
sockets.
I shook well, opened it. It was like, you know when you hear the fizz? It was like 10 times that. And I don't know if you guys know this. Kombucha is, it has a very particular smell. Not like a bad smell, but not a good smell, I think. Just like it has a scent to it. It landed on my cloth chair at the time. And it basically stayed there for like the scent of it did not leave for like 3 to 4 months. I was, first of all, kind of annoyed that I did it to myself. I'm like, how did I not realize this was carbonated? But then I'm like, why would they put shake well on the bottle? Like, that's on them, bro. I'm just following the goddamn instructions. Get got? Nah. They fucked me over, those people. Out of pocket? Shake not that well. It should have said lightly shake. Or just something to that degree. That's weird. I've only see it say not to shake. No, mine said shake well because there might have been sediments on the bottom. You know, if I look back on my phone, somewhere in my phone photo history, there is me taking a picture of the bottle that said that. Should have sued them. That would have been the American way. You know, I didn't even think about that. I guess I'm not a real American. Do you know if Monarchy will do a KV2 round 2? Did the V2s deliver yet? If not, then there'll probably be extras. You probably don't even need to worry about that. Should be mixed like, have what? Turn upside down. Oh, I don't know. It just said shake well. But it happened to me. But it's okay. Life will go on, I guess. Also, can someone fill me in on something? What happened to AT&T? I keep seeing people say that it was like a solar flare, but I'm kind of pressing X to doubt on that. I saw the story like this morning or something. So, Alex, you can always shake me well. Chemtrails knocked out their towers. So is basically everything that they're saying just like a bunch of bullshit? I doubt it was a solar flare. More stuff would have been affected. Yeah, like why did one company just get affected? They got Rogered? No, Rogers is, they're a special kind of internet provider. At least it seemed like AT&T had an excuse. Rogers has no excuses. What are your thoughts on the QK75? I really liked the QK75. I thought it was awesome looking, or awesome sounding. Looks-wise, I didn't quite care for the look of it, but I think that more boils down to preference. But I had a lot going on for it, which was awesome. So I liked it. Windows Defender probably kicked in. They had an update. They didn't hit snooze on the update, so it auto-updated their entire system. And then took a whole day to update. And broke all their programs. That's what happened. That's the real story. I used to be so excited for Windows releases, now I couldn't care less. AT&T Inc. said they had a widespread outage that took hours to resolve, was caused by an incorrect process while expanding the wireless network. So was it only hours? Because wasn't Rogers like a day and a half? They switched the network wumbo accidentally. Bad config or something. Speaking of game servers, Helldivers 2 is fantastic with friends if the servers are up. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the servers not being that great. Or something like that. There was also a lot of people whining about Last Epic. About how, man, people felt, I feel like people are very entitled. I also understand where people are coming from, but I also felt like a lot of it was like pure entitlement. People were like up in arms that they couldn't play immediately, even though they had tons of traffic on the game and they were trying their best to resolve it. I feel like every ARPG that has come out that's been a major one has had tons of network issues. And it usually, with the exception of like Diablo 3, gets resolved in like 24 hours. Now, Diablo 3 had one of the worst launches I've ever seen. I think that had to be the worst game launch I've ever seen, actually. Yeah, they didn't scale it too well, but you know, at the end of the day, like, it's all working now, and they resolved it within the day, I think. D3 launch was atrocious. Yeah, that had to be the absolute most fail launch I've ever seen on a video game. I don't think I've been through a worse launch of a game. I don't know if you guys have. Error 37, never forget. Yup. Did Cyberpunk have a bad launch? Wait, what happened with Cyberpunk on launch? Why don't I remember this now? I played launch day. I don't think I had problems. Alex got brainwashed? Wait, actually, what happened? I don't actually know now. No shot, you just asked that? I don't remember. I wasn't really into the community part. They erased the memory. Did I have, Alex is a boomer, did I have problems? Did I complain about it? It was a disaster on console? Was it good for Windows? Oh, you know what? Who said the Sony removed it thing? Doctor said that. Now that's ringing a bell. I think you're correct. I think I remember that now. Oh. I tried to temper my expectations with that game, by the way, guys. Overall, it was still enjoyable, but it wasn't memorable, really. I don't really even remember what happened in the game. It was no Witcher 3. Elden Ring, I had a blast with, man. I got so addicted to that game. What do you recommend for Switch storage? It's in my exclamation point kit list. Or just type in exclamation point kit. And then in my kit list, it should have all the stuff I recommend for storage. All that stuff should be there with links and everything for you. But I just use plastic boxes, basically. Hell, you can even use sandwich bags. Totally fine if you do that too. If you can't remember it, download the new updates and play it now. I tried. I couldn't get into it. I did the character creator, played about 20 minutes, and I was like, eh. Like, I remember enough, but not enough to make me want to play it again type thing. I don't know. You know the only game I wouldn't mind playing again right now? I wouldn't mind starting a new character in Guild Wars 2. And then there's a small part of me that would love to do another Guild Wars 1 run through, or playthrough. I love the Guild Wars series. I've always thought it was quite unique. Guild Wars 2 felt a little too grindy for me, so... Guild Wars 1 was perfect. I liked it more than World of Warcraft. It's a shame that they changed so much in Guild Wars 2. It's pretty dark and touching, to be honest. I've never felt more connected to real life. I remember watching all the story, which I never do for video games. I just wasn't that interested. Maybe it's like a personal thing, but I felt more connected to Elden Ring's lore than anything. You didn't correct it. You didn't pick the correct penis. Maybe. I didn't pick the correct genitalia for myself. Cyberpunk has come a very long way. And if you guys don't know, in the character customizer, you can change your PP. And Cyberpunk. Oh, my camera's all fucked up. No way. You can. Most of the boards are 60 to 75, so perfect for my Switches. Get the small plastic box then. That should be more than enough. Will you ever get around to playing Baldur's Gate 3? Oh, I've already beat it once. And I'm doing a... Well, I started a second playthrough, which I have not... Like a solo playthrough, which I have not really done much. And then I have a third playthrough with some people in the hobby here. And I've been doing it with like Trudeau and a few other peeps. That has been my... it's my third playthrough, technically. My second playthrough, I tried doing everything very evil. So everyone in the game I meet, I just end up attacking. But I didn't get too far. End up wanting to use these switches I sent for your 75. I mean, no, I'll send some extras. Oh no, I think I have a board I'm already invested in using those switches. I really appreciate it though, Alpha. You're the best. Thank you so much, by the way. Trudeau, are we going to be playing Sunday night? Or maybe we do Saturday night or something? I know last week some people in our party were busy, but... maybe we can ask everyone for then. What board do you have in mind? I'm curious. It's going to be probably rebuilds. I'm going to make it a surprise though, because I'm most likely going to be using it during my subathon. I have one board that I've been itching to rebuild with some stuff. Let me ping them. Let's do it. I accidentally dropped my Neo 65 on my racing sim pedals and scratched my anodization. Do Cerakoting, man. Send it to someone like Space Cables. They're the only Cerakoters that I can recommend that I know will do a good job. In a good time frame as well. But Mr. Spruce Cables is probably your best bet. You could also sticker bomb it. Cool. We are done soldering this. Let me quickly wash my hands, everybody. One moment. Subathon will be either the 17th or the 18th. I was going to do it on the 15th. Something came up. I can't do it on the 15th anymore. I'm doing another board that... I mean, I could technically make it during the subathon, but I just don't want to do that to that person. So it'll probably be during like the 17th or 18th. Smoked PC TKL 1 with red alu plate. Chef's kiss. Yeah, it's quite nice. Hey guys, what's the best purchase you ever done? Local gun stores usually do a good job. I've heard the opposite, where local gun stores who do Cerakoting actually don't do a great job. So I don't know how true this is, by the way. Because I've never sent it to a gun store to Cerakote. But I've heard that the level of perfection or the quality, I guess the quality control made for guns is a little different than made for keyboards. Most people who have guns don't really care too much about some of the perfection, like little imperfections and stuff. So you kind of have to be careful with who you send it to, because it's not quite the same level, I guess same expectations, you know? It is a high-end gun finish, 100%. But on a keyboard, it's a little different because there's large surfaces with, like, you know, a lot of room to see error. While on some weapons and stuff like that, there's a lot of nooks and crannies that might be a little easier to kind of hide some of the imperfections. Electric gooseneck kettle. That is a great purchase, by the way. Hell yeah. Any other good purchases this year? Actually, I think it's just this one bit that I need for everything. Those bastards fucked up my F188 so bad. Yeah, like I said, I would... Not just because I want to promote Regan and he's one of my friends, but Regan is 100% the only person that I know at the moment who does Cerakoting and does it really well. From personal experience and other locals, I've seen results from Caustic, CAD Lab, gun stores, etc. Space/Reagan's top of the pile. Well, I mean, if Gio's telling us, Gio's our father basically. And if Gio's telling us, then we must listen to Gio. Have you guys seen Gio's muscles? I don't know if you guys have, but I trust someone who has big muscles. I don't need to, I believe it. Exactly. Which muscles are we talking about? His biceps. Is it possible to remove a powder coat and replace with anodization? I'm assuming you just sandblast it the same way. I would assume so. Poor Lamp. He didn't mean to send us this big link, but he did. Poor Lamp. Can remove anything if you rub it hard. What the? Huh? Moosey? Oh, by the way, I watched a really sad movie last night. Well, I don't think I meant to watch a sad movie, but I didn't know what to expect. I've never even heard of the movie, by the way. I watched Allied with Brad Pitt, and I didn't know what to expect going into. I didn't even know what the hell it was about. I just clicked play because I was like bored in bed and stuff like that. But yeah, I totally cried towards the end. It was a sad movie. Did not expect that. Pretty good, actually. I don't think it got very good reviews. Let's see. I love Fury. Oh yeah, that's awful. That's pretty bad, dude. The picture quality is not even that great, and I can see some of the imperfections on that. Oh, baby. This looks insane already. Not for resale? This is a prototype? How is that fucked up? Did they use their eyes? Damn. No, all of them say that? Oh. Gotta be careful with screwing these in. No threaded inserts. So the moment it gives me a little bit of friction, I am stopping. Hiney's so clean. Yeah, this is a very clean board. Wow, this looks sick. I love polycarbonate cases, but I do agree that a top tier polycarbonate case for me will have threaded inserts. But they look so good. I love that red plate just shining through as well. God damn. How's the back of this look? Or I guess the butt of this. Okay, the red plate's still there. I love how you can see the screws too. It's so much fun looking at that. Look at that. It's just so cool looking. Oh, it doesn't want to focus right now. I think I saw LEDs on this, but I guess I'll plug it in and see. I mean, they're there, but I don't know. It's not the best implementation of LEDs that I've ever seen. How does it look with the lights on? Yes. It's not much, guys. It's not much. I think temper expectations. The one thing I will say is the USB on the back sits a little high. I don't mind it, but just a little thing. I don't know if this board's still available or not, but just as a little thing. Yeah, polycarbonate usually should be, but you know how many people over tighten things in this hobby? Some people think that you need to crank screws down. I don't know how this is gonna sound. I'm so curious. Remember, these are unlubed cherry browns. The only thing that the client did to these was film them and spring swap. So let's move some stuff off of the desk here. And let's start assembling this bad boy. Unlubed cherry browns. They seem like they've been a slight bit broken in though. I'm just gonna tune the stabs before we go too far here. Just easier with no keycaps on. The nice thing is cherry clip-ins take well to tuning after. And it's kind of hard to over-tune a cherry clip-in. The space bar, actually, oh, why are there two separate? I just realized, I'm like, why is there two separate bags? The photos have been so inspiring on Twitter. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, I don't think this is supposed to go here. I have been doing my best to take fun photos. I have been trying my best. It's not so much that I'm thinking about leaving Twitch, but I think I'm going to be moving over or doing double streams more often to YouTube. Or not double streams, multicasting or simulcasting, whatever it's called. The only real reason is just because, I mean, it's such a hard topic to talk about because I think it makes me feel weird talking about it, but I'll try my best. Thank you so much, by the way, TK.
Another day, another keyboard for the OGs.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, man. So, two things. One thing being, as much as I wholeheartedly appreciate all the support, like the Twitch Primes, subs, everything you give me. That is unbelievable. I am very, very grateful. I also recognize that it comes with some responsibility. You know, I always want to leave you guys entertained, having a good time, on a good note, talking about real things with you guys. However, it sucks hearing that some people have to pay more than others depending on where they live. Not even just because of conversion. Like, they're raising the price here in Canada. And it's not like my experience on Twitch. Like, they're not doing changes that I want them to do. So it feels like the work that I'm putting in here is not going in the direction that I want it to go in. So there's an aspect of that. And there's also an aspect of, I'm sure you guys are aware, Twitch takes a pretty big cut of things, including things like ad revenue. And you know what really grinds my gears is if they're gonna make you guys, including myself, because I'm also a viewer on Twitch as well, if they're gonna make us sit through 1 minute and 40 seconds worth of advertisements, in some cases, to get to a person's stream, or even 45 seconds before I get to watch someone stream, you know, actually, what's the difference between these two? Am I supposed to use this one? I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to use. I think I would personally prefer kind of a bigger, or at least more transparency on things on Twitch's end. It kind of grinds my gears a little bit. So no, these are not GMK. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with those type of things. So, you know, and it sucks that I have to look at it from all those different aspects. But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, all I really want to do is create fun content, and I can do that anywhere. And I think that's important to remember as well. You can literally do it anywhere. So I hope it's okay that I'm kind of trying to find a path and where I want to create the content and what makes a lot of sense. So pretty much where I'm at. No, I don't think I'm going to go to Kick. Not for nothing. I don't... Kick's what, backed by gambling, right? I'm not really that into that. I've opted out of YouTube and Twitch ads though. Some people aren't, some people are. And drop. Please tell me the bay is in there. The bay? What do you mean the bay? I think these are ABS. Is DCS ABS? Pretty positive it is. This is over here. I have tried ceramic keycaps, yes. Very briefly at one of the meetups. Have I tried them here? No. I have not actually had them in hand to I guess, test them out. But I have briefly tried them. Not too familiar with all the profiles here, so. Dude, TKLs are kind of it, man. You know, I've been saying this for a long time. TKLs are the sweet spot for most keyboard people. Because any bigger, and it does take a large part of your desk up, any smaller, and you just might not be comfortable with it, you know? But it's genuinely the sweet spot. Even people getting into keyboards, it's so easy just to grab a TKL and feel comfortable with it. Because you know the layout, you know everything on it, you know? Waiting on those 45 seconds, though, an ad is so frustrating as a streamer as well. You want to raid out to someone you know this. Oh, yeah, that's very true. I think they should have option for raid preview. Yeah, it's just frustrating all around. And, like, I understand the need to make money. I get that. Like, I'm not going to be oblivious to it either. But it's just frustrating. Like, there's benefits to being on both platforms. There is. And I guess I'm trying to carve out that next chapter of what I'm going to be doing. It's just kind of making a decision past that. That's all. You inspire me and many other creatively in the hobby, and that can be foreboding. I picked up a Neo 65 Bauer Light. Ooh, Envoy, Tiger 80 because of you. Dude, I'm glad you got all those awesome, like, dude, those are all awesome keyboards. Which is your favorite out of the bunch so far? Which one do you use the most? Which are you reaching for the most? Penguin, if you can find a Tiger 80 Lite, I thought they discontinued the Tiger 80 Lite. I thought they were working on other projects. I was under that impression at the very least. Was so happy to see the Neo 80 in your top 5. Yeah, I mean, I've been using it. It's literally sitting right behind me. I have my MacBook sitting behind me, and I've attached the Neo 80. Even though I don't even mind the Mac keyboard, but yeah, I've been using it quite often. I was kind of nervous to put out that list of top 5 keyboards, because I know some people, if they don't see their keyboard in there, they get kind of upsetty spaghetti. But it was cool to see some people DM me, said they really liked the read. That was fun. New 80 for around 140 near me, and I'm so tempted. Is that a really good deal? I'm not too familiar with what they're going for aftermarket, because it sounds like it's pretty standard. You might just save on shipping and taxes. Where's that top 5 list? I put it on my website, alexotos.com. I don't think anyone here, if you're like an avid stream watcher, you're not going to be surprised by my list. But if you're someone who maybe dabbles and doesn't watch me very often, you might be surprised. Maybe. Regular browns. Dude, this looks really good with these keycaps. Wob is the way, baby. Mudo. I don't know if Mudo's here still. What do you think so far? Do we like the look of this? So remember, guys, it's a client build, not a personal build today. We are using cherry brown switches. They have been filmed and spring swapped. However, the client did not want them looped. I'm missing the number 6 somewhere. Next to the J? Oh shit, you guys are gods. All right, and then we need some other stuff here. We need home and insert. Insert. Home. Can't be missing the 6. And then I need end and delete, but the other profile for them. So, not this one either. This one. And delete. Delete. This one. All right, let's put these away. The client wants that cherry scratch, baby. How big is the chat window on your screen? How do you read chat that quickly? Don't forget though, this is a keyword stream. It's not a gaming stream where I need to focus on the video game or anything. Yeah, this is pretty much just me reading and building things, so that's how I read so quickly. It's not that terribly big on the screen. Skim through the article, I have to agree on the most part. Neo 65 is tied with Bauer. The only reason I didn't pick the Neo, like this is a personal list. I was actually going to pick the Neo, but like I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm not reaching for it, and I could have probably garnered extra clicks, you know, if I picked the Neo. But I'm never reaching for the Neo 65 because I prefer the Bauer over it. That's it. So that's pretty much the reasoning behind it. All I'm doing is watching, but I can barely keep up. I'm a decent conversationalist, I guess. Except for today. Today I was awkward in that store, and I'm still lingering on to that. Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. No chat delay, type beat, no reason for it. I think this works in your favor because you get to interact in the moment. Yep, I think so too. I'm hoping for my first build to be a Neo 80 soon. It's a great build. Very, very pretty. I'm so, show the side profile, I'm so curious on how this is going to sound. This is going to be a super scratchy build. Super scratchy, probably going to be a bit louder. You're probably going to hear a little bit of crunchiness. But you know what? If that's what the client's going for, I think we're going to nail it. Because I think that is the goal of today's build. Oh gosh. It looks great. The side profile looks sick. All right. Let's see what this bad boy sounds like. MX Cherry Browns with aluminum plate. They've been spring swapped and filmed. No lube. It's so scratchy. Yeah, I don't mind it actually. It's kind of fun. It's so different from what we're used to. I'm surprised in how loud it is though, you know, like. I do agree. The best part is this will sound better with time. Yeah, it doesn't have to be for you guys. Not every board we do is going to be, you know, the sound signature that I'm into or you're into. As it breaks in, it'll get a little smoother. So you won't hear some of the scratch and you won't even hear some of the other oddities of the switches. I need to do a little bit better on that stab. I don't mind this at all. You know, the only thing though, I think I would have preferred, oddly enough, if this is a personal thing, I actually don't mind the sound profile. I think I would have went for a bit of a stronger spring on these. I don't know why these feel very, very light to me. Almost too light. Ghost, thank you so much for the prime. So nice.
Fav White GMK set.
Redact it right now, bro. It does kind of sound like a gaming keyboard. Can you try GMK spacebar? Yeah, got you. Did they swap out for less tension in the springs? I actually don't know all the stats of the space or the springs that they used. I mean, is this AB? This is ABS, right? Maybe just the thinness, maybe the mixture. It's
Well, hello there, my guy. Board is
Pasta
sounding
la
pretty
Vista.
cool.
What's up, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to try 2 keycaps from GMK. Hold on, I'm not that big of a difference on the alphas. Huge difference on the spacebar. Absolutely insane difference. That is crazy. The spacebar sounds so good. I'm sure though, the owner of this can probably just get a black GMK spacebar and you would never be the wiser. Like it would look exactly the same. Unless they prefer whatever reason maybe the shape of the DCS one. Compliment for Pazuzu. You're just as perfect as a Cherry Nixie as a spacebar with GMK. Appreciate you, Pazuzu. Hope you're having a great day. Pen Pop? Got you. 1 second. God, I love that Ori. The Ori sounds so damn good, dude. It doesn't get much better than that. God damn. Thoughts on the AM keyboard by Angry Meow? Saw the V2 IC get a lot of backlash. Which one's the AM again? I forget all of their naming schemes for everything. Hold on. Let me do that one better for you. Hold on. I don't know why it's getting backlash. It's just because of the price. People in this hobby like to shit on mainstream companies doing things. I don't mind the compact. I think that's their best keyboard, to be honest. Thoughts on buying an Ori and Cerakoting it silver and calling it the Oriana? Do it. It's from a brand called CW&T. Kind of fun. This makes me want to, use the batch of cherry browns that I have. This looks insane with the red plate, by the way. Absolutely insane. All right, though, guys. That's pretty much the stream. That's pretty much it. Re-monoflex. Why does it sound so familiar? Like I've just seen that somewhere. I don't remember that now. But yeah, guys, I hope everyone had a great day today. I hope everyone is doing super swell. That's pretty much it for today. I'm going to be... Love the stream. Today was really fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun today. I feel like everything was well paced today, you know? Everyone had a good time chatting. I hope. I had a lot of fun today. It was chill. Yeah, it was a nice fun chill hangout with everyone. It's like just a little friend hangout. But let's go see who's on. I don't know who's on in streaming right now. Who's on in streaming right now? All right, let's see. Is no one building keyboard? Oh, Thrashing Tony is. Okay, we'll raid Tony. All right, guys, you have a good one. I hope everyone here has a good Saturday. I'll see you guys Sunday. I think Sunday we're doing a lot of things. I think Sunday also I'm gonna look at everyone's keyboards in the Discord Sunday keyboard thingy too. I think that's what we agreed on. So I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you guys Sunday. Love you. Never worry about asking new questions, Savage. I love answering everyone's questions as long as it's not offensive in any sort of way. Appreciate you guys. Kiss the homies goodnight. Love you guys. See you guys later and good night.